America's symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Wonderful!
Gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Good Bit Podcast. My name is Chris Moffat, and I am the face that runs the place, as I like to be known as. And today I'm joined by my good personal friend Mason with no nickname.
Yep. Hello.
You're back.
Yep.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Not as much as it is for me seeing you.
Alright.
Also joining us once again for the first time on the Good Bit. You've done many podcasts with me before, but it was on By The Way, and Hot Tag and all those other ones from before, and the Chris Moffat Show, when we reviewed Payback 2015.
And from way back on the Try Podcast.
The Try Podcast, the first ever podcast I ever did. It was called the Try Podcast.
It was quite a
Because it was
good
3
name.
years.
I think it's a good name.
Brilliant. Welcome back to the show. Fraser C. Campbell, how are you, my friend?
I'm not bad, how's you?
I'm doing good, but there's something on my mind. You don't have a nickname.
I've got many nicknames.
What do you want your nickname? I think we should just call you Campbell. But my pet name for you is Phrase.
Or Puddin, if you want to know that.
Puddin? Puddin. Okay, also making his debut on the show, Jack Gordon.
I'm new here.
What's your nickname?
Chicken Gordo.
Chicken Gordo.
Chicken Gordo.
Brilliant. Right. Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
I like chicken.
Welcome to episode 19. Not only is this a very special episode because it's 19, everybody's favourite number, but this is the very first episode of the wrestling series here on the Good Bit. Everybody,
Wrestle!
Wonderful, yes. I trialled this right before it was 6 weeks before WrestleMania, and I ranted about how the booking of WWE just now is terrible, and I got a lot of good responses. So I tried doing it at like the end of an episode after like a movie discussion. I did 7 minutes of me just going on. I hate Baron Corbin, and that was okay. But I want to do full episodes. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. The 4 years are going to be here, and for the future, I'm going to want to open it to the panel to see what you guys think. But I want you to bring some ideas to me.
That would be good. Strictly be about wrestling.
Well, considering the fact this is a wrestling podcast, but UFC's fine.
No,
Is that your question?
that's what I was going to say.
Aye, yeah,
because you
it's
can eventually do
Don't be silly.
MMA and UFC.
All the same thing.
And not even WWE, like ICW. and that.
ICW, ROH, Impact Wrestling.
TNA.
Oh, well,
TNA.
I wouldn't go
Nah,
TNA.
nah.
I wouldn't go TNA.
Come on.
I wouldn't- No, listen,
TNA.
no.
Sorry, what's
No.
Right,
what's that?
I'm no joking here. Impact's been better than Raw for the past 6 weeks.
Well, that's not difficult.
I was going to say it's not much
That's not
competition,
difficult.
but it has been. It's been very good recently. They've been in India just now. TNA,
India.
and it's hilarious because
I
they
wonder where
don't.
they got that idea from.
I know, but they don't. It's funny because they actually based in India before WWE because they had a company called Ring Kicking.
Oh, I
Right?
guess was.
And
You know, even the sound of the ring annoys me. Even when they slam on the ring, even the noise of
but
that.
it's 6 sides.
Eh?
It's 6 sides. It's
Doesn't
fun.
it what? Then
It's
what?
fun.
No.
It's a different. It's
Ah,
not
but remember they changed to 4 sides?
Aye,
Oh, we're traditional now.
they went back.
Then they shat it.
They did. They went up against Raw every week.
Aye, they were like, oh fuck.
They were getting their asses handed to
The
them.
backstage stuff has always been better than WWE.
I know, I bet it's
How much
like.
did they go?
No, at least it's a little bit realistic because in WWE when it's backstage in Seth McMahon's office, it's a fucking room with their poster. At least in TNA, it's like they're being filmed like around the corner and they don't know.
I love it when it's like they show the rivals watching the matches backstage and the TV's there and they're like that facing. Obviously they need to be on the camera, but they're like that, you know. It's just showmanship.
You
Brilliant.
show more to the audience, please. Yes, no problem.
Yeah, he's like turning around, his big cast, his big chest. What were you gonna say?
Aye, Golden Age was it when had like AJ Styles, Bobby Roode.
Austin Aries.
Like that was so good. Like
TNA was
Aye.
brilliant.
what, that was
Aye.
like
I still
the
love
favourite
Abyss
TNA.
and stuff. Abyss. I used to love him.
Hello, Abyss is still
Remember
there.
he came
Samoa
back as
Joe.
Joseph Park.
yeah.
He's back in it now.
Is he?
At the pay-per-view next week, it's a tag team match, right?
Right.
The two commentators have to pick tag team partners. Jeremy Borash has picked Joseph Park. Josh Matthews, Scott Steiner. He's about 70 now.
Got to think that I know.
Aye.
I watched his
I'd
return.
pick him.
Oh,
I'd pick
Jesus.
him.
Yeah, Scott Steiner's good. Anyway, I love Impact Wrestling. No, what I was going to say about the India thing, they're not used to seeing wrestling, right? So like they pop for every move. So like there's like a clothesline in the corner, and they go mental. It's so funny. I love watching it. It's hilarious. Right, okay, on today's episode it's literally just an introduction to us as wrestling fans and what you can expect here on The Good Bit in terms of the wrestling episodes. I have some things in mind that I want to do, and I don't know if I want to do like monthly pay-per-view reviews or not. What do you think?
Maybe the big ones.
Yeah, the bigger ones. I don't know about doing them every month.
Aye.
Otherwise, people think.
However,
that
I'd-
Mason
Or
guy?
every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks it is now, but
Yeah,
however,
yeah.
I kind of do want to do Great Balls of Fire just because of the name.
But it's a new one. I kind of want
That's,
to introduce it. You know,
It won't last
our
long.
opinions on it.
Definitely not gonna last.
It might be the
long.
only Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we may as well try and do one whilst it's
I
here.
suppose.
was actually surprised they used that song for it though.
I'm happy they bought the song, you know, it's like,
I thought it was going to be something.
What's the song?
it's just the Jerry Lee Lewis song. Goodness gracious. Right, wow.
Really?
Red Hot
Wow.
Bollocks.
Red Hot Bollocks.
Red Hot Bollocks.
That's the song they're using.
fire.
So I'm happy they used that one.
You know what? A topic I'd like to talk about in a future is
Hit me.
In a future.
is in a future time is the women's division.
The women's
Yeah, the
revolution.
women's division. Yeah, but I would like to show the comparison of the Raw, which I think is really strong, and SmackDown, which is
Right.
a piece of shit.
See, that's debatable because some people think the SmackDown one is stronger.
That's why I'd like to do a podcast. You see?
Wonderful, yes.
They're wrong if they think the SmackDown is strong.
Yeah.
To be fair.
However, they did get a Money in the Bank ladder match that a man won.
It was,
Yeah, exactly.
it was
Point
awful.
proof.
It was like,
Everyone keeps on saying it was controversial. My friend Callum.
But then again,
My friend Callum keeps on saying, "Was a controversy? It's no DQ."
that's a good point though. Like, why didn't anybody just do that before?
Exactly.
Why didn't somebody come out like Brock Lesnar, right? Who was pals with someone? Let's just say who's he pals with? Nobody really.
Let's see Sable comes back.
Sable comes back.
With Brock Lesnar. Aye. There's a couple. It's John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Brock Lesnar and Sable. Cena would win that, man. Sable was a dreadful wrestler.
I know. We should big diddy.
She was quite nice looking. Anyway, yeah.
Is that not his wife?
Sable,
Aye.
aye.
Aye,
That's why I said Sable.
I wonder, are they
He
still
was all
together?
looking at me daft there.
Aye.
so, aye.
Brock's
I think they are.
Brock's a happily married man these days.
I don't know how she's happily married.
I don't think Brock is happily married. I don't think he's
just
happily
married.
ever. I don't think he's happily ever. He's just sort of there.
Unhappily married. Angrily married.
Could you be happy? Could you be happy if you sounded like Brock Lesnar?
Listen, man,
Suplex
I'm
City, bitch.
a tough bastard, and I gotta feed the Jew.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Paul Heyman's sounds
Why is
tougher
I know.
than Brock.
Why is Paul Heyman there? I gotta feed the Jew.
Do you remember the interview it was with Michael Cole when he's like, I'm a freight train. And
I'm gonna leave Cena in a pile of blood and urine and vomit. Right.
you got when I'm coming, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Sounds like Christopher Walken.
Sounds a wee bit like Bane as well. But
I know. He does. You know, put Paul Heyman on the TV and give him a microphone, and I'm not changing the channel. Do you know what I mean? But then you put Brock there. Remember they did one where Brock was like, "I'm a beast." Now, Paul, say something stupid.
yeah.
He just ruined the promo.
I know.
The beast thing was good, and then he goes, "Say something stupid."
That's why they gave him Paul
Paul
all those
Heyman.
years ago. Because
Yeah.
they were like,
You
this
know,
guy's
did-
amazing.
Did you hear the story?
But I can't talk.
Did you hear the story that he came backstage after doing a promo and he went, "Vince, how was that?" And Vince went, "It's not really what we were looking for."
Yeah.
He was like, "Right, give me a manager."
I know.
Give Paul Heyman.
Heyman sitting like after ECW went downhill.
It was even funnier in UFC because everyone in UFC are massive tough guys.
Aye.
Next to Brock Lesnar, like,
Can
I'll
we
see you someday.
But to be fair, he was great in UFC because he
Oh,
was,
no,
just
he
a
was,
bear. Not a great fighter, but just massive.
He was getting better
yeah.
as every fight, but
And they get diverticulitis. You know, Baron Corbin is wrestling Brock Lesnar on a house show,
no,
no TV.
Oh really?
you better lose.
I think he's missed the Money in the Bank. He could cash in at any moment.
That's true.
Imagine he cashed in on.
I know.
Oh wow.
Well, Samoa Joe won the NXT title in a live event, and people
Yeah.
were like, sorry.
Aye, but that was because
Did Finn Balor
he
win
was
his as
coming
well?
up, was he not?
No, he did it in Japan. It was on
Oh,
paper.
sorry,
Was that not because Finn Balor was coming up though?
Right. Well, no, because they we had those series of matches with him.
And there was a way back they had the Primo and Epico win at a house show because
That's
everyone was a naughty boy.
Suspended,
He
aye.
was a
And
naughty boy.
the next day at a house show, they made them lose the tag belts or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, aye. What was the questions I asked you?
There's quite a few.
I've asked the boys to prepare some questions just so we didn't go off in tangents.
Why
like
we
we
love
just
the Rangers?
did.
was my favourite.
Why?
Oh, why we hate the Rangers.
Why we love the Rangers?
I love the Rangers.
Then now forever.
Boys, alright, here we go.
Right, well tell me, I'm actually interested in this because I don't actually know, other than maybe Fraser here, Poon here. But I want to know how you all got into wrestling and became fans and stuff when you were younger, or if it was more recent or whatever. Mason, tell me. Mason with no name.
I can't quite remember.
Was that a young thing?
It was young. I started watching it when I was very young, stopped, and then started again.
Right.
But
That happened to a lot of people, I think.
yeah, I think my earliest memory was because I used to always stay at my dad's on weekends,
Right.
which was SmackDown.
Nice.
So I think I would always stay up and watch SmackDown. Never live Raw, but it was always.
Aye.
Well, it wasn't live SmackDown, but it was always when it was
Yeah.
aired. And so I always preferred SmackDown.
What year was that? Like,
Well, that was
04, 05?
That was back Eddie. And
Aye,
Batista.
05 sort of thing.
I think I was right after Eddie had died.
Aye. Oh, I'll never forget that day. I was in primary school, I was in primary 5, and I went into school when somebody told me Eddie Guerrero died. And I was like just thinking, it's like bullies say that all the time, oh, wrestling's fake, oh, he's dead now, and all that nonsense. And I just thought it was one of those things. I got home and watched Raw, my face. I was like, what? Maybe wrestling is fake. But he's dead now, how does that make sense?
I was the same with Benoit.
Oh,
Because
Jesus.
I watched
that
that
was the
episode.
anniversary was yesterday.
I watched that episode where it starts and Vince is just sitting there with no one in the audience. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then it was a Chris Benoit episode.
Can you imagine if you were looking forward to going to Raw, right? All year,
Right.
and you get there, and they go, your show's cancelled. How? Your favourite wrestler killed his family.
Oh, shite.
I know.
Where's my refund?
I know. And give me a copy of his DVD for the print. Because I'll be worth something one day. Anyway, carry on.
No, it's that.
just
And then
became-
I stopped watching it, I think, getting into high school. And then up until, I think, 6th year. Because my friend Callum, who basically got me back into wrestling and MMA and UFC, was talking to me about it, and I didn't really still watched it, so
Nice.
through him, got back into watching it, and then that was it, and this is now.
Yeah, what about you? What about you, Jack Boy?
Well,
Chicken Gordo.
Chicken Gordo.
Do the big cock
Take
thing. You need to.
So every time you ask me a question, I go.
Aye, what about you, Jack Boy?
I was one of those kids growing up where I'd watch the highlight show on a Sunday morning. Sky
Nice,
One.
love it.
You know, you didn't have enough money to get the
that the
Sky
one-
Sports.
Was that the one with the yellow background?
Aye, and it does like about 45 minutes
Yeah.
worth of interviews.
Aye.
And you get one match, you're like,
Aye.
oh, what's
It's
this
like-
wrestling this week? You know, you miss like 2 hours of content, but you're alright. You kind of get the gist.
Aye.
And then I remember one day, me and my brother pretty much not bullied my mum into buying Sky Sports,
Aye.
but we bullied her into getting Sky Sports. And just, I don't know why, but at that moment, SmackDown was on. And I remember, like, I think it was Kane versus Rey Mysterio way back then. And I was like, oh, this is different. You know, and I just felt so much.
I've never
more. I was
seen him
like,
before.
I've never seen this. This is a live action, even though I was forgetting it was Saturday morning still. Do you know what I mean? It was still a repeat, but
This
to
is
me
a
it was
new
like,
world.
Aye.
wow.
That's
you
what it is
know?
though, innit? Like,
And then that's when I kind of got into it. And then I remember I got a trampoline, and I think that's when I really started getting it, because you kind of like you start going out and like, I fancy a wrestling match today.
Yeah.
You text
You
your
get
mates
that
like,
feeling.
oh, I come down to
I love it.
mine.
It's the
Say,
I once
I want to wrestle.
went to a wrestling.
Oh, I feel like a wrestler.
come over and we'll do a few
But I used to have a mate. Well, I still have this mate. He's about. You've heard him before. But you haven't. Chris and Mason have. This guy's about 18, 19 stone at least. Big Cammy. And we used to wrestle. Now, Big Cammy was still big when we were like 13, 14. But we would like powerbomb each other and everything else. It was mate. It was crazy.
I've got an episode we could do.
We used to do older guys coming over to wrestlers and that. A bit strange.
Yeah.
We'll
Very
go
as
over
you
the
say,
Especially on the wet days.
as you say. not untypical in a green household.
Right, come on now.
And we had to do it indoors.
On the bed. Strange.
I once went to a wrestling birthday party. We're in his room, had an inflate, like a bouncy castle inflated wrestling thing,
Yeah.
and it was like wrestling themed.
In his room.
In his room.
What the hell?
It was a
Who is
massive.
this pal?
It was a massive room.
So I went to Donald Trump's house, right, and his kids was having this WWE birthday party.
I called him Big. Doesn't matter. Get away.
Well, he was on WrestleMania, Donald Trump. So
He was, yeah. You know, Bobby Lashley was with Donald Trump and that thing, mind where he shaved his head.
Aye.
And he's invited him to go to Slammiversary next week, which is the TNA pay-per-view.
Oh, really?
And Donald Trump showed up to TNA.
That's where he's going to get assassinated.
And the Impact Zone.
That's the biggest ratings ever.
By Scott Steiner. Praise
Puts
from
him in
you.
the bicep and chokes him out.
Pudding.
Aye, so I didn't really watch it as a kid because I wasn't allowed. But I had like all the figures in like SmackDown vs Raw 2006, but then I was just like, cause like I didn't watch it, I just was like, there's no point in still liking it. So, and then it was 2010ish.
Yeah.
I think my dad got Sky,
That's right.
and then I was like the next morning I like went on, I think it was like WWE Experience or something like that. And I was like, yeah, this is class. And I just like kept watching it like secretly, so I was like, I don't want to tell anybody I like this.
That was the thing though. Like you didn't
Aye.
want to tell folk.
Yeah, I know.
And then
Weird.
Yeah, so I was like watching that for like a good month and that, and then I was talking to like the other Fraser. I was like, oh, I've been watching this. And he was like, alright, I'll see what's going on. And then I started watching like the actual shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then, one thing led to another, and then
I distinctly remember
this whole click thing.
Yeah, I remember
wrestling fans.
Grant, shout out to Grant, good old friend of mine, told me that the two Frasers like wrestling as well, we need to tell them. Because it was him and another Fraser, and I was like, oh well, aye, sure, but I was very protective because if you liked wrestling back then, you were gay.
Ah, you were right.
And it was the worst. and then I distinctly remember walking out the back gates to go for lunch, and Puddin to my right here, just did this to Grant. He did the CM Punk. He went like that to Grant, and I was like, oh, maybe he's not as gay as I thought he was. So, oh, maybe he's gay as well. So, because that's such a legit argument.
Back high school when being gay was bad.
Back then,
exactly.
you liked wrestling. Well, you were gay.
You were, but and it's like, and it was a bad thing. See, if someone called me gay, then I'd be like, how?
Gay people have changed since then.
I just became my life, and then people were like come up to me like, oh, wrestling's fake, and I just like go off on like a tangent for like 20 minutes.
It was bad.
Teachers be like, fucking Fraser, shut up about this. I'm like, no, this wee bastard needs to be taught a lesson.
I wrote in the WWE encyclopedia in the school one time, and we were going through it just in the middle of class, and then my teacher's like, I know your book's probably fantastic, and I was like, fantastic? That's not the words for this book. It's wonderful.
Matt Hardy stole it from me.
This is back 2008. I started that. I literally, I know it sounds pure cliched and stuff, but I've genuinely been a wrestling fan all my life.
Right.
I don't remember the time when I've not been a wrestling fan. Because my wise cousin Graham was always like, it was his thing. That and football was his thing, so I just wanted to be like him when I was younger. And I went over to his house one time and he was watching that Armageddon Hell in a Cell with the 6 of them in the Hell in a Cell.
Where Rikishi goes
And Undertaker chokes that or pushes
Oh.
Rikishi off the top into like this mad truck full of whatever it was. But back, obviously now it's a bit stupid, it's like fucking cow manure or something.
Aye.
But back then it's like, what the hell was that?
Like Bark or something.
Yeah, but you know the way it looked like a movie, but it wasn't a movie.
Aye.
And it looked like a fight, but it wasn't a fight.
Right.
And I was just automatically drawn to it. But obviously back then, like wrestling was different, and like whatever age I was, like 4 or 5, shouldn't be watching that.
Aye.
Do you know what I
It's
mean?
more
'Cause
than that, like.
Undertaker is just covered in blood, and this big fat guy wearing a thong was chucked up a.
Off
Off
20
a,
feet.
yeah, and it's so brutal, and there was
Yeah.
swearing, and there was sex back then and stuff, and my dad was like, nope, like, if you want to pick one of Graham's interests, go with the Rangers, don't go with wrestling.
That was just as bad as WWE.
Rangers.
You know what I'm so happy you said there? You went, go with the Rangers.
the teddy bears.
Well, that's back when ninjas were fairly big.
Well, they were
as well.
good, and you could get into them, and you could
Exactly.
enjoy them.
Now it's, I think it's in the same position as WWE almost.
Hard to watch.
go with the Rangers.
You're
So
a
it-
fan, but you don't want to be a fan,
Aye.
basically.
I didn't even have anything that good because it was like 2010, and
Yeah.
as much as I look back at it now, going, "Oh, that was rubbish," but at the time I was like, "Oh, this is great." And like,
Well, I
my,
mean-
my like first memory of it was it the Randy Orton and Sheamus feud?
SummerSlam 2010 or something.
And
Around that
then,
time.
like,
Nexus.
Orton's like, "You want to have the title and take it," and he like throws the title, then RKO's him, and I was like, "That's fucking cool,
Yeah,
man."
Randy Orton was cool.
Love him. It was like Hank. He was like, "No, CM Punk was my first favourite, but like I liked Randy Orton as well."
Well, that was right before CM Punk totally took off.
Aye,
And
but
it was
like
just
that-
the coolest thing in wrestling.
I liked CM Punk
every
before he
wrestling
was
fan.
cool.
Every wrestling fan was a CM Punk fan, like in
Yeah.
2011 sort of thing.
And then he took off my life, and I was just like, "No, I'm going to
Yeah.
be straight edge. I'm going to."
Yeah, and every
gotta
CM
join
Punk
the
fan
rest.
went through the phase. I'm straight edge now, by the way. So anyway, so then I was a fan forever, and I wanted to find anything I could. And then my dad clocked on to, because my dad was a fan as well, because through Graham and stuff. But like my dad clocked on to the fact that you could watch wrestling during the day and everything would be censored.
Yeah.
And they used to show reruns of old WCW things on Sky One on a Saturday morning. And it was the most random things. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know why they did it. They could have showed WWE. They should have showed the most recent stuff. It was mad reruns for like 95 or something from
Yeah,
WCW, and it was terrible. But it was like wee local matches and stuff. My biggest thing was I got into the wrestling figures. The figures were my thing. And my cousin Graham brought them over for them because he was too cool for them now, like about 18 or something. And which kind of makes me a bit sad now. And then I played with the wrestling figures, and that was my thing. Like, I made my company and my rosters and my champions and stuff. And like the highlight of the week was Friday night. You went home from school, you played with your wrestling figures, and you watched SmackDown at the same time. And it was just like a weekly thing. And it's changed over the years. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, hugely.
obviously wrestling has, but even being a fan, it's different now.
Aye, you analyse it a lot
You
more.
get older,
You
and stuff.
understand it more.
But even like, I think because I started so young, right, I got that whole this is amazing phase dead early, and then about 10, 12, I was kind of like the smart sort of, oh, well, I know everything about wrestling and I hate wrestling, I hate John Cena and I hate all this nonsense. And then like you get older, and now, especially nowadays, where I'm very like forgiving about some things to do because you know it's just a business,
Right.
and it's not like they're not ruining your life like they were before. Every time Jeff Hardy lost when I was younger, they'd ruined my week.
Yeah.
Like I was throwing things at the telly and stuff. Now it's like, oh well, that's the booking. It's just it's different because you grow up and you analyse things more and you learn more about the business and stuff. But the fact that it is just a business now, and like things like Roman Reigns, like obviously it's so controversial that people don't like him, and then some people do love him. Where it's like it doesn't bother me because he's WWE's favourite.
Yeah, but that's the art of it.
That's the way it's going to be.
That's the art of it. Do you know what I mean? You grew up and your kind of look on it has changed.
Yeah.
However, you'll still watch it week in, week out.
Yeah.
But you still watch it with that kind of.
Aye.
Oh,
And I still have that thing.
Yeah.
But then the also with that, the sort of boy in me that I hate everything is still there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I can see why people don't like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel myself getting annoyed, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, it's fine. It's Roman Reigns.
We'll get there.
And I think like you learn when you're younger, the best wrestlers are like the characters.
Yeah, aye.
So like people like Batista.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Batista and John Cena and stuff. Like they weren't the best wrestlers, but they were my favourite. They were the best.
Yeah.
And then nowadays it's the same with like Roman and stuff. But you understand it now.
Yeah.
Because they make the most money, they get the most merchandise, they get the biggest reactions and stuff, and that's why like you just understand now that's why they're in that position.
Saying that though, recently has Roman been getting as big the reaction as he's?
He could have took that wee break, but that after WrestleMania, did you see that?
Oh yeah, that was horrendous. But I think it's now
that's-
starting to slow down again.
But like you look at him in the ring and he's got the audience in the palm of his hand, like that's a star right there.
But that was that was the moment where I went, okay, Roman's finally got the understanding.
He
of,
knows what it is.
they think I'm a dick, so I'm gonna play a dick.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, yes.
But it's like not even like the fact he's playing this character. He knows how much money he's going to make just by standing in that ring.
Yeah, I know.
And you need to applaud that because it's like, well, he's a genius.
Should have stood there rubbing his fingers.
Don't say it. And I knew what he was going to say. This is my yard now.
Yeah.
Terrible delivery, but that's come to be expected now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's that anyway. So we've all become wrestling fans in different ways, which is good.
Yeah.
We've all got different tastes, which is good.
So it all touches us, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
What is like your earliest memories in terms of watching shows and stuff? Do you remember anything in particular, like pay-per-views or WrestleManias and stuff that you remember watching?
Edge, Cena, Steel Cage.
Nice. That's a good one. It was on like a random Raw or something. That was good.
No, that was I think it was the title, but I can't remember if it was an event or if it was Raw. But I remember staying up for it and I was young.
Nice.
That's why it's my list.
Cool.
Because I was shattered and I'm little and I'm little.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay awake watching it, and I can't remember. Cena won?
Probably.
I think it was.
You could
It
ask
sounds like
Cena.
Cena. It sounds like
That
Cena.
question, mate.
Sounds like him. I had like videos when I was younger, like the VHSs, and I had all the 2001 pay-per-views, and I still look back on those things just so fondly. The angle that was going on at the time was the invasion angle, where WCW and ECW just closed, and WWE had signed all the people, and they were invading WWE. Looking back now, it's so watered down, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like there's no Hulk Hogan, there's no Triple H, there's no this because people were injured, and they'd signed contracts where just by staying home, they were going to make so much money. They didn't need to do it, so they didn't bother. Like Goldberg and Kevin Nash and all these people. Sting wasn't there. But back then, like I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like the fact DDP was there was massive, and Booker T, oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's just so like I look back on those pay-per-views so fondly just because of those things. But my favourite show of all time is WrestleMania 17, and it's the first WrestleMania I ever saw. It's the first VHS I ever bought, the first DVD I've ever bought. It's got my favourite match of all time on it. It's got my favourite WrestleMania main event on it. It's like everything that exemplifies me as a wrestling fan is on that show.
Yeah.
So that's why it's my favourite.
What was the match again?
But my favourite match of all time is the second ever TLC match. It's the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian.
Oh yeah.
And that's just
I don't think
classic. That's just classic. All of them, but the second one's my favourite. And I've also got Rock versus Austin on there, Triple H versus Undertaker, there's Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon, Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. It's just the perfect wrestling show.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on.
So that's why it's my favourite.
I think one of the first, like I said, grew up watching the Sunday morning. Oh wait, no. the Sunday morning highlight show. Do you remember the Punjabi match?
Punjabi Prison.
Mm-hmm.
With
Great Khali.
yeah.
I'm talking about the one with the Big Show and the
Like
Undertaker.
that.
Yeah, the Big Show in the Punjabi prison.
And they'd had Undertaker be attacked by Big Show, and
Aye.
then Teddy Long went, do you know what? No.
Aye,
You're
you
the
know.
match now.
And then Khali, right at the end of the match, Khali climbs up the outside for
That's right.
no apparent reason at all because Undertaker's on the other side.
Well, because he's Punjabi. he had to get in the prison.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
He does, man.
And I think was that the same one that Chavo Guerrero turned on Rey Mysterio? Was that the same?
The same pay-per-view. You're spot on.
Yeah,
Very
same
good.
pay-per-view. Yeah,
Well
yeah.
done.
When he comes out with the chair, and you're
And
like,
he
come on, yeah.
I was devastated.
Booker T's lying there like that. Fair enough. Like,
Aye.
just like you go scalp me. And he just turns around and scalps. I
Oh,
was like,
I was in tears.
no. Well, Eddie will be raging.
Aye.
He's
Eddie.
dead. But do you know what I mean? It was that kind of like, oh my god, and you felt hurt because especially back then, Rey Mysterio was my favourite.
Hero, man.
Ah,
I
Hero.
got the full.
I
full-on
dressed as
outfit.
him for Halloween.
Yeah,
Aye.
same. You know what I mean? I used to go to like parties and that,
Aye.
birthday parties. I'll turn up with Rey Mysterio. You know what I
Tattoos.
mean? I draw them on.
There was no Mexican over his
Yeah,
tummy.
yeah, quite a big Mexican for myself. But yeah, that was it, and that was a heartbreaking moment for me, especially when Ray lost
Aye,
that
very good.
championship.
That was a good. I'm
King
impressed
Booker,
with
got
that.
it. King Booker.
I hated King Booker.
King
He
Booker.
was the worst. Him and JBL.
That proves to you how important a King of the Ring tournament can be
There you go.
when they book it right, and when they don't fuck it
When
up.
they booker it right, they booker it right.
Stop it.
Cam, you just made me wet myself.
Oh, wow.
No, you're right. They should bring it back. I think.
Oh yeah, if they book it right, because they booked it wrong last time.
because they won't do it well.
But I don't want it to be King something. Like, remember when Wade Barrett won it and he was
Aye.
King Barrett from the.
We can't call, remember there was like you can't call him Wade anymore. It's
Aye.
King.
Call
I'll
him
call him Wade if I like.
remember when it used to be like a title, like if you were the King of the Ring champion.
Look,
Yeah.
Raw's lost Money in the Bank. To SmackDown's got that, right? Why not put a King of the Ring tournament on Raw and make it mean something? So who wins that tournament has a shot at the title.
There you
Make
go.
it like that. Make it important. You know, give it to someone. You're going to be like, oh, I didn't expect him to win that.
There you go.
Hey, I'd love
Or
to
like
see
do
him
the
win a title
predictable
match.
ending of a Money in the Bank like Baron Corbin winning.
Aye.
Fraser, earliest memories.
I mean, mine's are going to be slightly different, but
Yeah, that's good
if
though.
you want to go for like when I didn't watch it, that was like, I think it was like 7 or something. Went to London. Like the whole time I was like, you better take me to this toy shop so I can get an Edge figure.
Nice.
And I'm like, wait, what?
Nice.
And I was like, no, I'm getting an Edge figure. And I think I went and I couldn't see one. And I was like, oh no.
Getting an Edge figure.
And then I came back and my gran bought me an Edge figure. I was like, oh,
Oh,
lovely.
full circle.
That's wrestling for you.
See, I don't even know how I liked Edge because I didn't watch it, but I wanted an Edge figure.
No name.
Because it was rated R.
It's right there. So, but when I started watching it, so it was like the first time I stayed up was WrestleMania 27. I remember being like so tired. I was like staying at my auntie's, and I was like, oh, I'll watch it here. And it was like kept freezing. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna miss everything. I'm gonna miss everything. But it wasn't even a good show. But like
I hated that show.
I was so
Which one was
excited. For
27
it.
again?
The one that The Rock hosted and it was main evented by Cena and The Miz.
No.
Didn't like it,
It
man.
was so
Yeah, I
bad.
remember
But
that
like,
one.
I was so excited for that.
The
Yeah.
reason why you forget it is because it's the one
Exactly.
everyone wants to forget.
Exactly.
But then again, like that's like your first WrestleMania memory.
That was my eye.
So you have a soft spot for
See,
that show.
How did I start liking wrestling if it was all rubbish? But
Yeah,
obviously just
you're
liked
right.
it. The
That's
time.
it, though, even though it was rubbish, even though looking back now we're saying that's rubbish, back then you were like, wow.
Wasn't it the time?
You know what I mean?
Everyone
Kids
was
these
like,
days
yeah.
will be like,
Now.
Like
like,
Alberto Del Rio coming out of the car,
Yeah.
and you just wanted to see him lose. You were like, oh, can't stand him.
But even at that age, though, you still felt like that's your first introduction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, even at
That
this
was
stage, every time I see Reigns, I'm like, oh,
Ah, because you know now, do you know what I mean?
can't I stand him?
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool.
But WrestleMania 27 doesn't even feel like a WrestleMania when you go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's not a good show. And we went through a dry spot for a wee while, the WrestleManias. Like 26 wasn't great either. 25 had one good match, which is arguably the greatest match ever, but you know, it's still, it can't make a WrestleMania one match.
Yeah.
But over the past few years, I thought they've been quite good. They've just gotten so long.
Yeah.
This past WrestleMania, 5 hours and 10 minutes. It used to be a big deal when it was 4 hours.
yeah, it's got big now.
I don't think I watched all of this year's WrestleMania
I
because
think
it was
That's
that long.
mainly down the Undertaker getting slower.
Yeah, it would have been finished in about 4 hours.
Taker's not as fast anymore, so we're going to give him an extra hour.
to get into the up the.
But I love that. It was the longest ramp in the history of WrestleMania, so Undertaker came up to the middle.
Come up. I can't
make
thought
the
of it
whole-
like that. I didn't even think of it like that. I just thought that's really cool.
Yeah, good stuff. Any funny stories from school or events, etc.? So, have you ever been to wrestling shows and stuff that you had?
I've
funny-
never
Yeah.
been to a single wrestling show.
It's different now. Like
Yeah. That's,
house shows are house shows, and you know the house shows because it's like the faces win, and it's like they do whatever. You know, there's DQ finishes and stuff. But
It's for the kids into
we were
it,
lucky
but
enough to go to
I can't go to like the live
No?
shows now, man.
we were lucky enough to go to TV last year. It was
The
very cool.
SmackDown one was that was quite a cool experience.
They did TV here in Glasgow. We went there.
what does the high do this year?
Yeah, there is, but there wasn't TV. That's the thing.
Oh.
It's a house show. So I don't know. Like if it was TV, I'd be there a second.
Right,
My tickets to
right.
me, but
Can't enjoy house shows the same because it's like I don't know.
House shows,
Seems predictable.
there is no consequence at all to the show either.
Of course
House
not.
shows, like,
But the thing, like the reason I like them is because it's that kid in me that still gets to go see them live.
Yeah.
But then again, like there's no time limit on the matches.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I like. You know.
I'd rather go and see an ICW show or any other Scottish promotion than go see a house show.
But that's what I was saying to you earlier. I went to that one back in, I don't know, 2008.
You told me about this.
Yeah,
This is
about
brilliant.
MVP.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure that the show was called SmackDown vs Raw. Positive that's what the show was called.
Right.
that was the game as well.
Right? Yeah, but I think that's why they done it, to promote the game as well. Anyway, MVP's out, right? MVP, I didn't really care about it at the time, but these guys at the back, go at the back's going, MVP, and then all I say was going, you suck dick. Right, I don't know why I done American there, because it was in Glasgow. So it was like, MVP, you suck dick, right? And I'm like, oh wow, this is class. And my mother is going off her head. This is shocking. You know, that's
MVP, you're a fud.
right. I there all day, this like slagging MVP, right? And my mum's like, stop that. My mum was hating it, and I'm like, no, it's a part of the show.
Yeah.
But then as soon as Batista got out,
Oh
that
dear.
was it. Mother was all up and who's that? You know. And I remember all these guys are trying to like touch Batista, and I'm standing there like, why try to touch him, man? It's a bit strange, but it was that kind of surreal kind of thing of like watching it live is a whole different story, you know. But
It's weird that.
aye, you just kind of stand there and kind of in awe sometimes, you know. But I kind of start laughing at that MVP thing. MVP, you suck dick. My
I
mother
never
just,
liked MVP.
nah. I'd like to see him come back.
I
But
think,
a
I think
different
they need,
role.
I think they
Is
need
he still
some
on
new
TNA?
names. So
We were at TNA when he was announced as the manager.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
at a TNA
That
show
was-
and it was a TV team and it was like there's going to be a reveal, the new general manager.
Yeah.
And then I'd read on Twitter like it's going to be MVP.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was a piss take stuff.
Aye.
So I'm going MVP, you know. And then it was like the wee clock thing. You know, his theme song goes.
Aye.
And I was like, S as well.
I liked.
And
I
then
really
MVP
liked his
came out.
entrance. I loved his entrance.
And the big blow up inflatable
Oh, best thing going. Then the mouse kind of tried to take it, and I was
thing. I'm
like,
coming.
Who was the pirate? Paul
Burchill.
Burchill.
There's
Love
an
that.
obscure one.
love that.
He came
obscure.
down.
Oh,
And then he
amazing.
came down. That was his
Amazing.
entrance.
Best thing about him was his entrance.
Exactly.
A lot,
He
a
was a
lot
good
of
wrestler.
people's like Paul London, his entrance was class.
But those were entrances back in the day.
I know.
They're
It
so
is
different
Paul
now.
London.
Aye. Best entrance now is
Finn Balor.
Finn and Nakamura
Nakamura's is something different.
because of the best wrestlers as well.
Yeah.
Nakamura's is only as good as the crowd though.
No, the lights.
No,
the lights
he and
make it,
him
man.
as well.
He's
He's
No, no, no,
so
but-
electrifying.
But if you were watching, listen,
Sorry, Rock.
if you were watching,
Because Dwayne's listening.
Aye, Dwayne, I'm really sorry. You're the much.
no, but if you were
I
listening,
loved Baywatch.
if you were watching Nakamura's entrance without the crowd, it'd be different.
It would be different, but it's still fucking amazing.
It wouldn't be as good as Finn's though.
You're right.
Aye.
You're right. Stop slapping the table.
Sorry. If you see the camera when Finn's doing his, it turns to him and you see all the crowd doing that. It would look a bit daft if he just done it himself. I'm sorry, but see when you watch it now, when he does that,
Yeah.
I'm watching the full audience go like,
Yeah.
man, wow, that looks good.
Do you know
I remember the first
Finn's
time he did
entrance
that, man.
is so similar to the Boogeyman's.
Oh, when he's a
Okay.
demon.
I said
When
I
he's a
kind
demon.
of, but the Boogeyman came out with
Yeah,
lumps
yeah,
and a
like,
claw.
Oh, when he's a demon.
The
Yeah,
demon,
yeah.
the demon.
No, it's Mason. It's the Demon King.
it's the Demon King Balor.
Me and him spoke about this a couple of months back. How we didn't want the Demon King to come out too much.
ever.
Do you know what I mean?
Ah, you're right. Totally.
It would just be
It
that.
ruins the mystique.
I didn't,
I'll tell you
I didn't like that on Raw when he was like, Seth was like calling it and he was like, oh, I'm the Demon King.
Oh no,
Aye,
so
aye.
I
just
just.
comes
Super
out.
Slam. You'll meet the Demon King.
I've not
Yeah.
got funny stories.
And then they introduced him in the match. Finn Balor, the Demon King. And I'm
Yeah.
like, really?
Oh.
I've not got
Yeah.
funny stories, but I've got a lot of funny things because me and Cam watch it, and Cam
Yeah.
fucking hates WWE,
Yeah.
but he loves it at the same time. He absolutely hates
He
it.
hates it.
But Cam is a prophet. He can call matches. He can book matches as they happen,
You've told me this
like
is
perfectly.
quite
He's
weird.
a genuine prophet. And Cam said to me, Finn Balor, like he's coming up to me in roster, and I'm sitting there, and obviously that's a good thing. But part of us are like, no, that's
Vince sees the demon. He's like,
exactly.
every week.
Vince is going to grab him, and like Cam was like, because his thing, it's all just war paint. And NXT, he just paints himself up to intimidate them. Well, like Vince is going to do something. He's going to be an actual phantom or something. He's going to be a spoopy demon.
Aye.
First time you see him on Raw, you'll make the Demon King. I'm like, oh my fucking
The
God.
Demon King.
You've actually done it.
But he's not done it since, which
Good.
is good. And he will at SummerSlam.
But it's these funny things. Why would the
Yeah.
Demon King be a wrestler?
I know.
Yeah, but I agree with what you're saying. Why introduce him as Finn Balor, the Demon King? Why not just introduce him as the Demon
If they
King?
want to say
or,
the
you know what I
Demon
mean?
King,
Go with it. Do you know what
make
I
it a
mean?
nickname, even.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No,
Aye.
its actual name. He's not
got-
changed his name for this match.
I got a funny story. Go back to your question. A funny story about wrestling, right?
Go on then.
It wasn't at school or that. It was in my back garden. Like I said, I used to wrestle my mates and stuff.
Yeah,
But
long story.
there was one day, yeah, there was one day where I didn't have anyone to wrestle, so I decided I was wrestling an imaginary person. So I'm out there wrestling
You
myself.
say that as if that's weird.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but we all
I
done
used
it,
to do
yeah.
that every day.
We all done it, right? So I'm right into this. I'm doing everything right. So obviously I win because you got to win this match. So
I always did the job, man.
yeah, but we'd count ourselves. You know what I mean?
I
We'd
was
all
a
1,
jobber.
2, 3, right, and we win, right? And all I had was this, and I turned around and my mother, my brother, and my 2 neighbours on both sides are all sitting there applauding.
Oh no.
Right, and I just stood there like, no.
Aye.
And my neighbour shouted, so who were you wrestling there, pal? And then you just started buckle laughing. I
Oh.
ran away, mate. I was green.
I
was
had one
so
time
upset.
where I was wrestling a teddy bear. It was a Winnie the Pooh. I called him Winnie the Destroyer. Right? And then neighbours over the back would like shout at me and they'd go, "Do you have a flip?" Because I was good at flips, right?
Aye.
"Do you always have a flip? Who are you?" And all this nonsense. And I don't know why, but I felt wide at the
Aye.
time. And I went, "I'm Jeff Hardy." And the response was, "No, you're no."
Oh, yeah, no.
I was like, "I'm hard to actually just one time." I'm not going to be embarrassed by it, but it's just like, you don't want anybody watching
Yeah,
do
you
it.
know
It's
what?
weird.
But that moment was so surreal because I was like, how long you been watching that?
Yeah.
I've been doing a match there.
Yeah.
I'm right into this.
Weird.
And as I finish, I can hear you applauding.
Yeah.
How long have you been applauding for?
Well, we used to do a wrestling company in the back garden called CWA, which stands for Chris's Wrestling Association.
It's all about you.
Well, it was me who made it. It was me who started it, right? So I had a bouncy castle when I was younger, and Wise cousin Graham was doing all these flips and stuff, and I
Yeah.
couldn't do flips, so he taught me how to wrestle or do moves to the teddy bears and
Yeah.
teach me how to do flips and stuff. And then I started filming myself wrestling the teddy bears and stuff. My friend Grant would come over, my friend Paul would come over, we'd do these wrestling matches and stuff. And then about 2011,
11, yeah.
Poon here and Ulla Fraser joined and they created their characters and stuff, and for a while, for about a couple of years, we had a YouTube show every week, every Friday night. CWA
Really?
Elite went up, CWA Elite, and we had storylines and champions and pay-per-views and stuff.
Why don't we redo it?
I'd love to, but they're too big now.
No, that's even more reason to do it.
I know. No,
Let's
you're right.
get a
I think
ring.
we talked about it like we took this so seriously. Like,
It was
this was our
like,
life. We
you don't
talked about it
understand.
every day. Like that's all we'd talk about. Walk up the shops, which was like a 20-minute walk, and we'd be like, right, we'd plan our matches with the person who were going with. We were
Yep.
like, right, what about this for a storyline?
Yep, we do storyline
And we were
promos.
like, had like it all planned out, and then we were like, what if we just done this, and we made it just funny, like made it completely ridiculous. Like, I saw you eat my apple, I want to batter you.
and it became that.
Oh really?
Like, so
Like,
we
just
we
started doing all this stupid
and
stuff.
it was an age thing, right?
Yeah.
So I was so like, selfish and ignorant to everything, and I was like, no, this is what's happening, I'm in charge, this is how we're doing it, and I was an asshole, right?
Yeah.
But like looking back, it's just being younger.
A boss.
Aye. Do you know what I mean? And now it's like, I'd love to do it just for a good laugh now.
Aye.
Back then it was serious.
That's how the Hardy started.
Well, of course
You
it
know,
was.
that's
That
how
was
they
an
started
inspiration
their
for me.
Little company thing in their back garden.
I played 3 characters on the show.
Oh.
Right? Christoph Hero,
Alright.
because I liked indie wrestling and I didn't think anybody else knew what indie wrestling was, and I saw a wrestler called Chris Hero, and no one knows who Chris Hero is, so I called myself Christoph Hero. And now Chris Hero's in WWE. So that went wrong, and I created a character called Chain Pain,
Chain
who
Pain.
was a guy with a mask, and it was like a sort of destroyer guy like Undertaker, and a comedy character called CM Generico.
Wonder where you got that name from, man.
So I had a mask, I had a hoodie, and I stuffed a pillow up my hoodie, so I was fat, and I was like a comedy character who lost all the time, and I brought on teddy bears, and I had a blow up doll of The Rock, called him Dwayne, he was my manager, and we made up these stupid things, and it's just
the most ridiculous thing
the
ever.
most ridiculous things ever, but they were so amazing for that time,
Yeah.
and they were our lives at the time, so I miss those days, they were good fun.
So I say we should redo
Yeah,
it.
man, we were
Just
the same,
get an
man.
actual ring though.
We should
I don't know.
say Ian and that. We can put on like a wrestling.
Oh yeah,
show.
like I've thought about it. Like I know how obviously at college this year at college we done like a charity football match and raised, I think we raised 60 quid or something.
Aye.
She made me 55 quid. That's all we raised.
I
Anyway,
forgot to donate, I need to do it after.
55
anyway,
still
I
isn't
say
bad.
yeah for a charity we'd
Yeah.
be happy with it. But what I'm saying is we should, instead of doing football,
The
why
wrestling.
don't we do a charity wrestling event?
And we'll book it.
We book
That'd
it.
be brilliant.
We actually, because
people
people
would-
would go to that
But people would come and watch for charity.
and we say, listen, we'll get a bar, we'll have a bar, we can get booze. Full college would go.
Aye.
You
Right,
know
we'll
what I
talk about it off here. Right.
Sorry, aye, but no, it's
Next question I had was your favourite matches ever. Do you have any matches that you
that was a hard one.
that you go to that you
like
remember being
Sean Taker, second time round.
first time's better in my opinion?
I disagree.
I think everybody disagrees. It's like a total.
But
Perspective.
they're so close. But
That's the beauty of it.
I have to put it to the second one
Because it's Sean's last match.
because it's Sean's last match,
Yeah.
and the whole. It wasn't just the match; it was the build up, the promo, it was everything.
Well, it's that song, isn't it? Placebo song.
Running up that
One of the best build-ups ever.
That's my favourite promo.
Should
Ever.
be, yeah.
It's
one of my favourites.
I like Daniel Bryan's though,
It's a good one too.
just because I've got because of how organic it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not booked. They didn't decide. They
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Well, that's the power of the internet now, and
The yes
the world
movement.
has changed. It's just like we decided the main event at WrestleMania, and that's how it should be.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so long.
And
as
right now it's scheduled for the main event of next year's WrestleMania to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, and we're not going to like that.
Oh,
so,
bad.
so something's going to change. Do you know
I've
what
seen
I
a
mean?
couple of things that I was really like go for Nakamura versus AJ Styles.
Oh,
and
mate.
I was
That'd
like,
be
Oh, mate.
campaign for that. And look,
Oh.
I mean, look, I've just mentioned it, and look at us. We're
Right.
literally
But did you
all
see the
came in our
foreshadowing
pants.
Money in the
the
Bank?
Money in the
Yeah.
Bank. I was just
You see
like,
it?
no.
So Nakamura's in the ring and he's about to climb the ladder, and AJ comes in the ring and they're
Oh, no,
staring
I
at
didn't see
each other,
that, yeah.
and they move the ladder out the way.
Aye,
and
yeah, I
they're
know.
staring at each other. It's
Just
like,
start
oh,
around each other.
this has got to be foreshadowing for
Oh.
at least SummerSlam or something.
Aye, I know.
Yeah.
I
But
can't.
I think AJ
I
Styles
can't wait for
Kevin
AJ
Owens to run
Styles.
with it,
Aye.
eh?
And Austin Aries.
Austin Aries.
AJ Styles.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That'll be amazing because
Yeah.
they will have to wrestle
Yeah, at some point.
eventually.
Yeah.
Nobody dives through the ropes like Austin Aries does.
Yeah.
Ah, that's yeah. I
And
think
TNA.
that's
You were a huge Austin Aries fan
I
of
was,
TNA.
yeah.
I think Austin
He's my
Aries
favourite.
he's definitely my favourite wrestler
No?
out of WWE.
Sweet.
Like, because he is now, but in TNA he was definitely my favourite.
Yeah.
I definitely have a favourite match. I think it was CM Punk, John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011.
You're not wrong.
Just purely for the build up, like I was 100% involved in that.
That's
I was like
storytelling at its absolute
For, like,
finest.
the whole build up. I was like, oh, I want to see this.
Yeah.
And then that whole show, I was just
There's
so
something
excited.
about that show, isn't there? There's a buzz in
Couldn't
the air in
sleep
that show.
after it. Like we was just talking about it for weeks.
See if
But
you
the
go.
teacher was like, oh, I fucking love him when he came back. It was just,
Yeah. Like,
I think it was just like as much. Okay, it wasn't like the best wrestling match ever, but like the whole atmosphere of it.
build up
the
atmosphere,
spectacle.
what it means and stuff
it
like
was
that.
just amazing.
And it was no one had ever seen anything like
I
that.
watched
before,
it
really.
live, and to watch that live
Yeah, me too.
was like
You know
just,
the way you watch a show and you have like an excitement kick, and it's
Yeah.
just like, and it sounds pure cliched and like silly, but it's like you're watching it and you're like fucking so involved, and it's like even if you go to you
like
go to
when you
bed
can't
after
lie
a
down,
show.
you can't sit. You're just like that.
You go to bed after a show and you're still excited and
I
you're
know.
still thinking about it. Like the
Yeah.
other one I can think of is WrestleMania 31, I think, when Rollins cashed in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like after that, I was
I
like,
like-
that was amazing.
yeah.
Do you know what's, you just don't stay up to watch UFC,
No.
but it's the complete opposite. Because UFC ends at like 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you're never happy with how the matches go.
Yeah.
I think one of the first times
I'm
I
not a big
watched-
enough fan of UFC.
One of the
I normally watch Conor McGregor.
Yeah, that's
I
that's
stayed
what I'm
up-
with.
I stayed up for an entire card to watch Ronda Rousey. And and this was
8
back,
seconds.
yeah, I think this was
Oh.
Misha Tate. And I stayed up and I was on the phone to my friend Callum. I was like, Callum, I'm going to get food. Match started. Went away, came back. I was like, what the fuck's happened? Nah, mate, it's over. And I was like, you kidding me on? He was like, nah, it's over. I just hung up, went to bed. I was like, it's fucking shite.
Nah,
The
it's over.
sun's up at 6 in the morning. I'm like,
Well, that's just that. Just like,
Good night.
like, I love the summer because you go to bed and the sun's up.
Oh no,
That's-
I hate it. No, I hate
it was the same with McGregor and Nate Diaz. I didn't want McGregor to win at all. So the decision's made. Conor McGregor wins. I'm like, fuck off, fuck off. I just go
What
to
you
bed.
told me when you do like Skype calls with your friends when you watch Raw, and if Raw's terrible, you just go.
We
Alright,
don't, we,
alright,
we
good
don't,
night.
we don't say anything after it. If Raw's been shit, silence. Right, good night. Just hang up and it's immediately bed.
I have favourite matches. I've got my top 5 written down. Number 5, The Rock versus Stone Cold, WrestleMania 17. 4, Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon, King of the Ring,
Oh,
where he throws him to the glass.
oh, yeah.
Amazing. 3, Punk versus Cena, Money in the Bank. 2, Shawn Michaels versus Taker, the first one. And my favourite match, as I said earlier, is TLC 2. That's my top 5 favourite matches. You got a favourite match?
Hard, nah. I
Nah.
don't, looking back, I don't have one, you know, but
I didn't have one for the longest time.
It's hard.
I used to scrape at one. I used to really scrape. I really did enjoy watching the triple threat match, seeing Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, and Randy Orton.
Nice.
That's an
But
amazing match.
Purely because I loved Rey Mysterio
Yeah.
back then.
see,
And
looking
I
back on it
thought-
now, it's well shot as well because like
Yeah.
a time cut,
Really, yeah.
and you can see it right.
Yeah,
You can see the anger on Kurt Angle's face
Yeah.
when he goes in the ring because he knows his time's cut. I don't know
Yeah.
why it was cut, but it was.
yeah.
And he's like, and Orton pure runs to the ring,
Probably to give Mysterio more time to sell.
and he had a fucking long entrance as well. He had the live band playing
Yeah.
that.
So
And Cena was on next as well.
I think back then that's why I was that would be a big match for me.
Well, we
yeah.
brought up Kurt Angle there. He's on WWE now. Who do you think he'll wrestle?
Was he? I thought he was a manager.
He will, but
Yeah,
he's
it's
going to
quite a
he's
long
going to
one.
wrestle eventually.
I hope Triple H at WrestleMania.
I think it'll be Triple H.
That's a
Maybe
good
Goldberg.
shout.
That'd be quite cool.
It's not going to go back.
Might be.
Because
Maybe
Goldberg,
Triple H.
Goldberg's too clumsy.
You need to hang with
Yeah.
Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle can go, by the way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It doesn't matter what age he is. So I'm thinking it's either going to be The Miz or Joe or Triple H.
I don't
I'd
think
love
it'll
to
be
see Joe.
I'd love to see Samoa Joe, but I don't think
love
it'll
to
be
see
Joe.
Joe.
Like it's just going to be a destroyer thing, and he ruins something, and Kurt Angle comes out. He's like, "What are you doing ruining my show and stuff?"
I love to see Joe.
I think I'd like to see him wrestle Triple H.
I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah.
I don't know
I would
why.
like
I
to-
don't.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Is
There's
it
something
ancient?
about it, I just don't want to. Yeah. I don't know. Because
There's
selfish,
not,
Triple H.
there's not many of that generation left.
Left, not at all.
So that's why I think.
probably
I think
because
that's
I haven't
why.
seen Triple H in so long. I'm a bit like.
Yeah,
I love Triple H, but he's got 3 moves,
yeah, but
like in
he's
every single match.
good wrestler though.
Yeah.
That's my. I think that's why I'm like, because I'm so hyped about Kurt wrestling again.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Seeing him get that music hitting and him actually coming out ready. Him ready to wrestle. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
But because I'm maybe Triple H comes back and create some heat. I'll probably.
That's what I'm
be
saying,
like,
yeah, like-
wow. You know, let's do this. But yeah, I would love to see Kurt wrestle.
They need
Just
something to
do it.
spike those ratings, so I don't know what they're going to do.
I've
Yeah.
got 6 matches of the year so far.
Nice.
If you want me. Omega Kada Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. I just feel like everybody fucking loves it. I just don't want to talk
No,
about it because
I
it gets talked about enough.
I won't talk. And then second, Bay versus Mark Andrews UK Tournament Special.
Okay.
Third, Trent Wolfgang at Square Go.
It was great.
Bay versus Dunn at NXT Takeover.
That's my favourite match of the year so far.
5, Bay versus Dunn again at UK Tournament Final. And then 6, AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon.
That's my
There's
favourite
a
match
lot
of
of
the year.
Tyler Bate, but he does it. So.
My favourite match of the year so far is... Well, there's AJ and Cena from Royal Rumble.
Oh,
But
really?
I like
fucking
the other one.
thing me, the match between the 2 UK guys at NXT the other week there. I watched it yesterday or the other day. It's just, I don't know what it was. There was something about it. I got that excitement kick again. Because it's like, guys, we see indie shows and stuff, and like, it's one of us. And they're getting this platform, and JR's commentating, and the crew are going fucking mental. And it means a lot. So that's why I love
How
it.
good is it that Ronaldo's back? How
Yes!
How good is that? Let's talk about that. How
Let's
good
talk
is
about
that?
Mamma
That's
mia.
huge.
I think he's great. He's the best commentator since JR.
Next week, JBL will get sacked.
No, but he's in NXT now, which is good because NXT's going to like a little slump just now.
Yeah.
That'll get more people
Oh,
watching
yeah.
and stuff, and yeah,
100%.
that's great.
NXT's getting a little slump because everyone left.
Well, that's
Like
it.
all the
That's,
good
and
people.
Sami Zayn said that. Like when think about that time where it was Nakamura, Samoa Joe, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. He was just had left, but
What?
Finn Balor was there all at the same time.
What was
Bobby Roode just came out.
Bobby Roode.
What was the event where they did the silent protests? Was that TLC and Styles?
What are you talking about? That process?
They did a silent protest after Takeover because Takeover was so much better.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know that one.
I think it was TLC and Styles.
Yeah.
That awful match.
Next question I've got here is favourite wrestler of all time and your current favourite wrestler. So yours is Austin Aries.
It was out of WWE, but my favourite wrestler of all time is probably Edge.
Edge. Okay. Nice.
I just remember every time I got a game and I made, like, you know, you made yourself.
Yeah.
It was always Edge.
You used to make Edge.
Edge costume, Edge music,
Nice.
Edge entrance.
Oh, a bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like at the time, I wasn't an Ottawa Bridge fan,
Yeah.
but I was still a fan of his song. But it probably has to be Edge.
Yeah.
Currently, maybe Nakamura.
I thought you said Austin Aries.
No,
Yeah.
out of WWE, like before.
Oh, I thought you meant out of WWE now.
No,
Yeah,
because
okay.
he's in. But I don't like what they're doing with Austin Aries in WWE. Probably Nakamura.
I've done it Raw and SmackDown. My favourite Raw is Finn Balor. And I've got 3 favourite SmackDowns, but my favourite SmackDown is AJ Styles.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, but there's Kevin
I
Owens
think-
and Nakamura as well.
I just think AJ Styles is like the best person ever.
He's the best
Yeah,
wrestler.
he is.
He's the best wrestler in the world.
amazing.
Everything. I just
He's the best
so
wrestler in the world.
he'd be my favourite now.
Right now, him.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh.
think anyone could.
Modern day Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
All time Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Shawn Michaels is the greatest of all time,
Yeah.
no doubt. But favourite of all time, Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
100%. When do you think he'll come back?
Take.
Taker. I
Hall
don't
of
think he's gonna
Fame.
come back.
I don't know. I think he needs to come back.
I
Not
knew it.
wrestle, but I'm saying.
General Manager of Raw.
Wow. No.
Hall of Fame though. That'd be
What is that speech going to be like at Hall of Fame?
that'd be insane.
Would see at the Hall of Fame, if he gets inducted, would you want him to come out as Taker or as?
Well, I
Himself.
want him to talk
Himself.
about himself,
Himself.
like himself, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind if he came out to the music and the
I'd
hat.
like
Oh
to
no,
go out
I'm
with
saying
himself.
if he came
comes
out.
out like music and then just talks. That'd be
Aye.
good.
I'd like him to come out as himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like them to keep it real secret as well. That it wasn't. Keep it
That's
secret.
difficult nowadays.
Very
If
difficult.
they could, in some way or another, keep it at least in the down low. You know, it was like when AJ was coming. It kind of we knew
was
it was
buzz,
happening.
yeah.
But we're like, when?
But
When
that
is
was
it happening?
amazing. I couldn't
When is
believe
it
it.
happening?
I
And that
couldn't
music
believe
kicked in. You're like, holy.
I mean, I was like, I was watching with my dad and I was like, that's AJ.
Yeah.
That's AJ. Because obviously
Yeah.
we don't know the music
Yeah.
at the time. That's AJ.
It
It's
was
got to be.
when it phenomenal came up. I was like, oh my
I
lord.
couldn't believe it, man.
That was yeah.
Last question, anyway, which is what we came back to earlier on. Things you want to do a podcast about. Do you have anything? Do you want to just talk, or do you want to do certain themed episodes, or what?
I think the event podcasts are necessary.
What, like SummerSlam and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
would say
not
that
every
SummerSlam.
event, but the big ones I want to do.
Yeah.
I would like to do MMA and UFC,
Okay.
but
I'm not.
I would
that.
need to start getting interested
Exactly.
in
We
that.
could do one for like the McGregor.
maybe
Mayweather
fight,
fight.
'cause that would
Yeah.
be that's
August.
Like
That's August, isn't
that's-
it?
August
a,
26th.
that's like maybe our biggest fight our
That'll be
generation.
the
so
biggest
far.
fight of all time. Of course
Yeah.
it will.
It's insane.
We need to do one of them.
Who do you think is going to win?
Mayweather.
Mayweather.
McGregor.
I want McGregor to win.
Oh no, McGregor. What did I say? Mayweather.
Mayweather.
Nah.
Yeah,
I'm
McGregor.
predicting a knockout by the 8th round.
If McGregor doesn't win within the first 6 rounds, he's not winning.
Right.
He's got less stamina than like me. That's a bad stamina. Obviously that's hyperbole. But he's no
think
stamina at
McGregor
all.
will win. McGregor will win. Knockout.
I want McGregor to win.
Do you know what it's like a $1 fight? I hope it's like 10 seconds or something. Just see how much money
Like
they
a
have.
second Jose Aldo.
Just like, oh no.
As soon as they like touch gloves, get into the middle of the ring, McGregor just hits him with the left
Mayweather's
hand.
down. Mayweather's
Do you
down.
remember the? Do you remember the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight?
Aye, that was awful.
It was like the biggest fight of all time.
Shite.
And it was terrible.
Shit.
Remember the Mayweather Big Show
Aye.
at WrestleMania?
Equally as shit.
I watched that again the other day. I
loved
was
it.
like, that is horrendous.
I loved it
That
at
is
the time. It
horrendous.
was like so big at the time. Like that was everywhere.
I think the worst thing about it was Mayweather hits him with the knucks,
Aye.
and you just see all this like slaver come out of Big Show's mouth and it hits him and goes right across the ring. How big is that slaver?
There's a phone box outside like this golf club down near where I live, and like there was a poster for that show on that phone box, and it's like this show is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Like because and it was a great WrestleMania, that show, but obviously the match was a bit weird. But I want to do. It's going to be tough because we're going to need to sit through these shows, but I want to watch critically acclaimed terrible wrestling shows,
Is this you? Was this the thing you told me about a couple
Aye.
weeks back? Yeah.
and I want to take notes and heavily critique these bad shows and bring them to this table here,
You need to realise that if we're going to be doing this, we're going to have to do it in silence.
and not say
watch it.
anything.
Yeah.
or watch them on our own.
So
or
that,
watch them
when, so
together.
that when I say use it, I think that was brilliant. You're
Yeah.
like, wow, what?
Because like
Yeah,
they
they
can be
fuck
considered good, but like they're also considered bad. And I'll
Yeah.
pick shows carefully. I'm not going to just
Like
pick
when the Gobbledygooker came out.
Aye, him and like there's loads of things. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking in your house shows like from back in like the mid '90s,
Yeah.
where Shawn Michaels had a good match and everything else was just diabolical.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like most.
Aye. So there you go. That's what I want to
I
do.
think that'd be good.
I like that.
Plus themed episodes like you said, the women's division and
Yeah, I think you have to
I
talk
want
about
to
the
do
division
countdowns as well, like
and
top
talk
tens.
about
and stuff.
how sappy and boring Bailey is.
Yeah, and we can do a Roman Reigns episode if you want. We can do a John Cena episode.
Roman Reigns.
We could do
He's
faces
shy.
of the WWE in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Right, we could do like a
Mount
face
Rushmore.
episode, a heel
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. So there you go. Boom.
So listen in, people. This
Yeah,
is going to
got
get
a
more
lot of-
interesting as it goes.
That was a bit of a cluster, but that's kind of what I wanted, just to kind of
Right, it's an intro.
Introduce us.
introduce
Nah,
us.
nah, I mean,
I forgot to do that every time I spoke, but I've done it twice.
Yeah.
I'll
I hope
do
that
next
catches
time,
on.
Next time, you can start getting like
Yeah.
things on Twitter.
So yeah,
coking myself up.
thank you very much for listening, everybody. Don't worry, this is not changing into a wrestling podcast. The movie stuff will come back very soon. We have a Harry Potter edition coming very shortly, and a review of Spider-Man: Homecoming, which should be the next episode.
I'm on that.
Are you, Ross, and you? And I'm
I
thinking,
personally think you should have watched the Pirates of the Caribbean and done one on that.
we will
But you've not seen the first.
someday down the road.
Come on, Sam.
Did you
I need
watch
to
the
catch
fourth
up.
one?
No,
Alright, okay.
You've not seen the first 4
I'm
films.
listening to the first one.
The only 4 films.
The first four.
Just the first one, the only 4.
Aye. So we'll do that. Like, there's
You've
loads
not seen the
of
first 4.
there's loads of episodes, but every so often,
more?
every so often, a wrestling episode will pop up, and it'll be your boys. So follow the show. Join us next
Fair
time on the wrestling show. I don't know what we're going to call it. Just episode 19.
The wrestling
The
show.
wrestling show.
Let's call it WCW just to take the absolute piss.
ECW, but no the kind you remember.
CWA.
CWA, yeah.
Well, the CWA.
Because it's Wrestling Association. Yeah, so follow the show on Twitter at The Good Bit Pod. And until next time, from myself, Chris Moffat, I've been joined by Mason with no nickname,
Nah, I mean-
Chicken Gordo, and Puddin.
Cheery by name.
And until next time, this is the Good Bit Podcast. Recognize.
Sounds